drama or anything like that, but I really wasn't feeling entering tonight. I decided to anyway, just so I could get some effect out of the fact that I did just purchase the Extreme Tourney membership.
Oh.
Which basically allows you to not have to pay venue fees.
So that's $5 off of basically every entrant.
Yeah. It's $25, so it won't really help you much if you are just entering one event exclusively, like, for example, Shockwave.
However,
with the announcement of the Pokken Tournament Weekly, Synergy, I now have desire to do that, since that's going to save me $15 in the long run. Perhaps, but we're going to get into this next match. P2P with Gibus versus FX TLOC Sethlon.
Yeah, long-time Smash player Sethlon versus... I don't know how long Gibus has actually been playing.
He's been playing since about, I want to say, January of last year.
So not that long, but he's been showing. I mean, he's pretty good at basically every game he picks up, and Smash is no exception.
Well, it's just that in this game in particular, he plays a very good defensive style. Ooh, that could have been a very good conversion for Gibus there. Not quite. I figured he was probably going to try to go for Hydro Pump shenanigans, because that is something that he is capable of doing, but doesn't do it very often. But against characters with slightly more linear recoveries, like Sethlon,
perhaps
Roy,
our friend Roy.
It does come
for Smash.
Sethlon is Roy. Like, let's just make that clear. He does not play Smash.
He plays Roy.
He plays Roy, which just so happens to be in Super Smash Bros.
I mean, let's face it. If you want to lend credence to that fact, Sethlon did not even consider, I don't think, picking up this game until Roy was announced, and he was like, "All right."
He did play this game beforehand. Wow, he did play this game beforehand. He played Robin.
The fire
but it was not very often.
No pun intended, by the way. I actually didn't mean that.
Ooh, but he's gonna hit you with that fire, and he's gonna try to get you out of the stage.
So interesting recovery by Gibus. I think he just didn't want a chance going straight for the ledge and missing. Ugh. And that is one of the things.
Such a sick F tilt.
That is the hardest thing about playing Sethlon, in my opinion, is trying to get down onto the stage when he's got you in the punish zone for him. It's hard to reset it to neutral against him because of how long he's been playing Smash. He's got a very good read on how things will be in neutral, but a good forwarder by Gibus will take that first stock for him.
Yeah, one thing that is very cognizant of, one thing that is extremely cognizant of Sethlon, his patience is almost like he's been playing Sheik.
Yeah.
He is a very patient player. He will wait for you to exhaust your options and then punish you. For example, punishing that fully charged Water Shuriken.
It's not an easy move to punish, by the way.
And if your character has speed, then you can just jump over it. But that is neither here nor there. But he's gonna... Gibus is in a very tough position here.
Yeah, I mean, he's already down 70 or so % and is having a pretty hard time making it up because of how hard it is to get those hits on Sethlon in the neutral. I mean, he's brought it back to within 40% now, but he's got to get a little bit more punishes than just here and there hits.
Very good pivot grab.
Sethlon, yeah, looking for that up B right there. It's not going to take a whole lot more to kill Gibus now.
Ooh, tries to go for the nair. They're not quite going to get it.
If I were a betting man, I would say Sethlon is looking for an up B.
He is. He does look for the up B, but he also has plenty of other potent options like F tilt and up tilt. He is going to go for it there, and he's going to get punished. Very nice awareness and very good tech there. That's going to save him from that 50-50 situation. Gibus is going to...
Ooh, that jab! I was about to say, that's the one to look out for. Not at higher percents like this, but Sethlon loves jab to forwarder.
Ooh, this is a very tough position. He's not without a jump.
Good recovery.
Ooh, very good position for Gibus right here, but he's getting so close there. That is going to be it. Hancock.
Just
Gibus,
enough percent.
Yeah, and it takes a while for you to kill Greninja off the top.
Yeah, and
because he is such a heavy character.
Is he now?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's not mega heavy, like we're not talking like DDD heavy, but he definitely sits on the other side of the spectrum, coupled with the fact that his fall speed is pretty.
He's definitely got the fastball on him. So Gibus going to go to one of his favorite stages to go to for a counter pick, going to Omega Duck Hunt. Does this for a couple reasons, but I think the main reason is that he loves to have those wall jumps, just like that right there, and his wall sticks, which both of his main characters, Lucario and Greninja, love to do. And on Final Destination, he can get a lot of those combos going where it's kind of difficult to be like, okay, how am I supposed to land right now? So Gibus on the punish right now. Sethlon quickly converting. So far, it's been a lot of trading a lot of small hits and not big combos, which once we get into these higher percents, we'll see Lucario get one big punish, and you'll say, wow, Lucario is broken.
Well, both of these characters really only have like 1 or 2 piece combos. They're not super combo-centric heavy they're not combo-centric characters. Ooh, but try to call out that roll there with the reverse F-tilt.
Oh. That was a good idea by Gibus, but I think he realized right after he started that Aura Sphere.
Oh.
Wow, what a catch with that Aura Sphere.
That was such a catch-22 with that Aura Sphere coming in after he got the Aura Ball.
He was just going to chill out there. So, going back to what Gibus did on the ledge, I think he realized when he was holding that Aura Sphere, which is usually a great option on the ledge, I think what he realized is that Sethlon can just jump up with that neutral air, and he's got nothing to answer to that with except to run away. So he's really just got to look for, all right now, I just got to get back to neutral and then find the punish. And with Lucario's at this kind of percents, yeah, you don't want to get too aggressive because that'll be a bad time. You don't want to lose all that power.
Especially with the kill potential that Roy does have. It does make it a bit difficult. Ooh, such a good Aura Sphere cancel into up smash. Not quite going to take it, but if he's able to get another Aura Sphere hit on him, that should be good. Or so I thought. But that F-tilt's going to come through, and now it's more or less an even game.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, these two aren't long, drawn-out combo characters. Some of their hits will just kind of get you out of nowhere, and Roy especially on his kill moves. That F-tilt out of shield is pretty brutal. Gets the down throw, gets a couple on the combo there. Gibus should have no problem recovering. Someone ready to cover that.
And all of a sudden, wow, for all that we're saying, Sethlon is bringing this back pretty nicely.
Sethlon trying to read that up B onto the stage. Wow, that was ballsy. So Gibus, now that he's back on the stage, he's going to try to look for a kill now that he's around the percents where Lucario has the power to do so.
Ooh, that was a missed opportunity right there. I don't think he quite had the awareness to know that that was coming up.
There it is again. Gibus realizing that that neutral air will
get up attack. Able to just peek him right through that Aura Sphere, and Sethlon is in a position to take this game.
Sethlon just needs to not get hit in the face by an Aura Sphere.
Snipe.
Gibus a couple of strong Aura Spheres to get that there. Not necessarily in like the 150 range, where it's ridiculous, but just enough that it'll get you. So now it's going to be game 3. Sethlon's probably going to be staying Roy, but
he's going to go back to Greninja.
And that would make sense. Lucario not the strongest on a stage like Town & City, where he doesn't have those wall stick shenanigans that Gibus likes to abuse with it. So, while Greninja can also do the wall stick, it's a little less integral to his recovery and mix-up gameplay.
Yes, both of them do have a pretty, I wouldn't say linear recovery, but the recovery does have a set path. It's just that Greninja's is a little bit more uncertain of where he might end up going, similar to that of Pikachu. But overall, enough about recoveries. He's opening up pretty nicely in Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, 55% on Sethlon already, which basically at this point means he's just been getting a lot of these little chips in on neutral. If he had a big combo, Sethlon would have been at 55% a long time ago. So Gibus is going to have to try to find one of those bigger combos to take this game.
The one thing to note is that Sethlon isn't really getting hit by Nair, which is really like the biggest enabler of a combo for...
Oh, that's it.
Oh, very nice catch there.
Greninja with those high jumps able to go up there and just do that whenever he wants to. And Gibus calling out that Sethlon was just going to try to come back down on his own volition. Ooh, so a little bit of a failed attempt at the ledge trump there. Not the easiest thing to do in this game. Gibus is sliding across the platforms as they connect, which gave him a little extra distance away from Sethlon, not to let him punish. He is on a good punish trail right now.
It's such a pretty hard... Ooh, conversion. Gets the fair.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, that was a that was a good opportunity for Gibus right there. Is going to be able to continue to move this combo onward, and it's just going to come down to up air.
Won't
He's going to try to chase him. No, not quite. The DI very good there.
I think Gibus is aware that he's probably not going to get that again.
Oh
my goodness.
But he tried to go for the read there. Sethlon, being aware that that was an option that was on the table, did go for the jump out. Standard tech from him.
Gibus going for just a shadow sneak out of the blue here. Dude.
He's just really looking to style on him right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a little bit of room to work with, but as hard as Roy hits, you don't want to get into that habit.
Yeah, for all we know, Sethlon could take the stock and then come back.
I mean, all it takes is just a few hits.
Ooh!
Ooh!
The fair there is going to take that.
What a nice setup. I like that. Sethlon needed to take a second to kind of get his bearings straight, and by the time he was like, all right, now I can just, oh, I got hit by a forwarder. And it's tough to deal with something like that.
Gibus was trying to go for something a little bit more tricksy there, which was killing him off. You can kill them off the top with Hydro Pump. It's a very specific range that you have to do.